Hi, everybody. It's meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Just want to remind Patreon members that, and also for anyone interested in joining the Patreon weather platform, that if you subscribe for the full year, you get 15% off or 2 months free. So that's for new members or also for current members. If you're a current member, just go into your settings if you choose, and you can change to a full year subscription. So check that out at patreon.com/meteorologist Joe Cioffi. It's a raw and miserable Columbus day, no question about it. We're looking at the forecast high temperatures here, and we're talking about places not getting out of the 50s today. You head up the Hudson Valley, you're seeing places that are going to have, some areas may even have a tough time getting out of the 40s where there's elevation. So it's a northeast wind, it's rain. You go a little bit further south into southern New Jersey, down into Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. Here we see a chance where the rain maybe tapers off later on, and we see just cloudy skies and perhaps even some brightening of skies in a few places, and that might help to boost temperatures up into the 60s in those areas. But as a whole today, it's pretty much a done deal as far as clouds and rainy conditions. Here's the satellite loop this morning. You're seeing in the east, of course, this is, yes, this is the remnant of Hurricane Delta. That low center is down in North Carolina, but it's also about the northeast wind, the high to the north, the onshore flow that's producing all the clouds and also enhancing some of the rain that we've seen. Also, take a look back in the plain states. There's a cold front that's moving very quickly to the east, and that'll probably rev up some showers overnight into early Tuesday morning. So as this first batch of rain starts to slide to the east, then you can get this weather front late today and into tonight that's going to enhance a bit more in the way of rainfall. Thinking is it should be all out by Tuesday morning, and then weather conditions should improve after that. We're also seeing some changes going on in Canada that are going to have implications for the long term. Storm system moves out of Labrador, goes further north. You see our system here along the east coast for today, the northern plain system. And then we have this energy that's coming into the west. This is eventually going to also push its way eastward. And at the end of the day, or actually at the end of the week, we are going to be setting up for a rather deep trough in the eastern part of the United States and a strong ridge out in the west. And that's going to mean for cooler than average temperatures settling in for the longer haul. So we're going a bit of a pattern shift here. Once we see we get through the middle part of this week, which looks pretty decent actually, we're going to start to see some changes in the overall picture for the long haul. Here's the radar this morning. The rain that covers eastern Pennsylvania down into Maryland, the Delmarva Peninsula, and the northeast to southern New England, Long Island, and the lower and middle Hudson Valley. A few patches of moderate to heavy rain there in the mix. And there's our frontal boundary stalled out to the south, approaching a cold front now that is moving into the western lakes. And of course, the remnant low of what was Delta in North Carolina. Again, it's really more about the high to the north with that onshore flow that's creating all the misery for today and keeping temperatures in check. A lot of places for the overnight and this morning saw readings that were in the 40s, and that cool air on those northeast winds holding those temperatures down. Ocean water temperatures down, just sitting kind of right around the 60-degree mark in most places. So the ocean has cooled off. The Weather Prediction Center, in addition to whatever rain that we've had overnight, which in some places says amounted from a quarter to locally up to a half an inch in a few places, we're going to see additional rainfalls of about a half an inch to an inch and a half from west to east. And in total, I think most areas are going to wind up with an inch or two out of this. And that includes areas in New England where we have seen, this drought that has been in force for the last couple of months, and this will at least put another dent into it. So just to roll back here on what to look forward to in terms of the longer term, the Upper air is in rotation. You actually have higher than normal pressures across the Arctic regions, which will displace colder air further south. And by the time we get toward the end of this week, we're going to have a deep trough setting up into the eastern part of the United States. And this is where you look at the flow in the upper atmosphere. This is where our air is going to be coming from this coming weekend and into next week. Deep trough at 160 near Hawaii means a strong ridge along the west coast that builds northward, and that creates a deep trough in the east and a strong Atlantic ridge up in the North Atlantic, particularly up over Greenland. You have higher than normal pressures all across there, and that's a signature for a colder than normal winter pattern, weather pattern. The winter pattern's not here. If this pattern were around in the wintertime, you'd know it. So here's how we play it out for the rest of today. We're going to see that rain hanging on, and just as that overrunning starts to weaken a bit, you've got this weather front that comes through for tonight with some showers into tomorrow morning, and then they'll start to shift to the east, and weather conditions will improve. More rain, though, for New England. Oh, maybe, but we could see some breaks of sun developing during the afternoon. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the upper 60s and lower 70s. We'll do the same on Wednesday as high pressure builds in, maybe get to 70 to 75 or so on Thursday. And here comes a cold front for Friday with a good chance for some showers. And then you notice behind it, there's that colder air in the lakes. Going to start to see a little bit of lake effect snow action coming over the weekend and next week with this colder flow and coming down out of Canada, giving us below average temperatures in the medium and long range. So that's weather in 5 for today. There's no Joe and Joe weather show tonight, nor will there be one tomorrow. We'll be back on Wednesday. I'm still away, so I'll be back. I'll be on the road tomorrow. Anyhow, have a great day. Try to get through it with the raw and rainy conditions, and we'll see you later.